but I just have so much to talk about. Welcome to Welcome to my Ramadan series. This was originally supposed to be a two-part reel series, but I just realized I have so much to talk about, and there's so much that you guys should also know. So, why not just make it a long form video for YouTube, especially since I have not posted on YouTube since a very long time. To be very honest, your Ramadan food is not the problem, but the way you eat it is the actual problem. Most people they fast all day, and it's very human that when you sit on the iftar table and you see all of those dishes, you feel like you can eat each and everything of it, and you also start to do that, and then half you realize that I'm so full, like how did I even think that I would eat so much? So this is what your brain does to you. And when you eat a lot in Ramadan, it's either too little protein, either it's very oily, it's fried. It's just not ideal if you are watching your weight and if you're trying to eat healthier or cleaner. That is the biggest culprit in Ramadan, where even though we do not eat the entire day, we save that many calories in our bank. Everything just goes away in iftar and we are bankrupt. We are calorie bankrupt. So I'll tell you what actually works. We'll start by suhoor or sehri. So first of all, it is a sunnah from our prophet, and you guys know if it's a sunnah, it's not without a reason. It always has a scientific backing to it, and there's a great scientific backing for also eating suhoor or sehri when you're fasting. Suhoor is meant to keep you full, to keep you satiated, to keep you satisfied, and so that you can just go about the entire day and you have enough fuel in your body so that you can reach iftar and you can complete your fast. Along with that, you can also do your ibadas, you can pray namaz, recite Quran, and you're good to go till iftar basically. Your sehri is not supposed to be light, it's supposed to be balanced and something that can keep you full and satiated for a very long time. What does that mean? That means it should have a good protein source. Basically, any protein source with a high biological value, which means it should have all the essential amino acids. So my go-tos are eggs, milk, and full cream milk, not toned milk, and whole milk, and products made out of it like curd, paneer, and etc. etc. Some people prefer having chicken and mutton for sehri. That is also fine, but just make sure that it's not a lot of times in the month of Ramadan, and you're mostly focused on eggs and milk and paneer and stuff like that. Another aspect of a good sehri are your slow carbs. Now, what is slow carbs? So basically, there are two types of carbs: fast carbs and slow carbs, or simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. We are not going to eat simple or fast carbs, so we're only going to focus on complex carbohydrates or the slow carbohydrates. As the name suggests, slow carbohydrates, when you consume them, basically they consist of bajra, jawar, millets, even wheat flour. Sometimes, what these slow carbs do is they get released very slowly in your bloodstream, and because of that, your blood sugar levels are very much maintained and regulated. You do not have very sharp spikes, and you feel fuller for longer. You feel satiated because वो जल्दी हजम नहीं होता है, तो आपको देर तक भूख नहीं लगती है. वेर एज फास्ट कार्ब सच एज मैदा, ये बहुत जल्दी आपकी बॉडी में अब्जॉर्ब होता है, बहुत जल्दी आपके ब्लड स्ट्रीम में जाता है, बहुत जल्दी आपको ब्लड शुगर स्पाइक्स बहुत ज़्यादा होता है और उसी तेज़ी से नीचे भी जाता है, जिससे आपको जल्दी भी भूख लग सकती है और ये आपके ब्लड शुगर एंड वेट मैनेजमेंट के लिए भी अच्छा नहीं है. Another very important aspect of sehri, which I don't know why a lot of people are scared of, are your fats. So now I'm not talking about oil, I'm talking about healthy fats, which include your eggs, your nuts, your ghee. My go to option for consuming healthy fats for Sehri is 1 tablespoonful of desi ghee. See, the thing is, when you're fasting the entire day, you need some sort of healthy fats. अब healthy fats सिर्फ आपके वजन के लिए नहीं होता है, आपकी स्किन के लिए, हेयर के लिए, ब्रेन के लिए, हार्ट के लिए हेल्दी फैट्स बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, आपको ये स्किप नहीं करना चाहिए. So you can have them in different ways. जैसे मैंने बोला that I consume ghee. So either I put it on my roti, my chapati, I add it to my millets, or I add it on my paratha, or just I have it as it is. Along with all of this, something very important is your hydration and your electrolytes. My go-to trick for proper hydration is consuming chia seeds in the morning, chia seeds water, and also consuming bananas because they are very rich in potassium, and ये आपके बॉडी में पानी को होल्ड करते हैं ताकि आपको देर तक प्यास ना लगे और आप इफ्तार तक गुड टू गो रहो. A very important note, skipping your sehri or just only having like a cup of coffee or chai or like one fruit and one date, and you feel like आपने बहुत सारी कैलोरीज सेव कर ली है इफ्तार के लिए, so I'm sorry but इनका कोई फायदा नहीं है. पहली बात तो आप आपके इफ्तार में you're just going to overeat because that's what the blood sugar spikes do to you. And the second thing is, you'll have a lot of fatigue, you'll be tired because you're not eating anything for the entire day, and I think that's pretty obvious why you're not supposed to skip sehri. Now comes the main part for which a lot of people would be watching this, is iftar. Iftar हमारे यहाँ ना एक मील नहीं है, एक सेलिब्रेशन होता है. 100 टाइप की चीजें रहती है, उसमें से 90 चीजें फ्राइड रहती है. यहाँ पे मेन प्रॉब्लम आती है, and as a family, I think this is where people should start taking an initiative and make sure that there are not a lot of fried items on the table. Previously, in my household, we had a lot of fried items on the table, including samosas, spring rolls, and things made out of maida like pasta, noodles, and a lot more. But as and when my family, we got to know about what's wrong, what's right, and when I got into my degree and I got to know that no, this should not be done, we took an initiative as a family, and we first of all we got an air fryer. If you do not have an air fryer, you can always steam your food instead of frying it. And we just make sure that whatever we are making, either it's samosas or spring rolls or whatever, it's all air fried or and not deeply fried. And we do consume things made out of maida, like pasta, noodles, or stuff like that, but it's very rarely, because honestly that is an essence of iftar, and uske bina iftar nahi lagti. तो हफ्ते में एक या दो बार हम लोग उसको लिमिट करते हैं, और बाकी टाइम हमारा पूरा जो है हम नॉर्मल या हेल्दी और खाने की कोशिश करते हैं. I will tell you one trick that works for me every time and for my entire family. The best way to not overeat in iftar is now you have to be very mentally strong here, okay? Consume your dates. Once that is done, have a glass of water, like a big glass of water, and just wait. Don't hop onto your food yet. Wait for like 1 or 1.5 minutes. Just sit there. Be grateful that you got all of this food to eat. Just pray to Allah and just don't eat yet. After that, have a small bowl at least of your fruits. Whatever fruits that are there on the table, have those. Once you are finished with that, then you go on to something that is protein rich. In our household, we always have chickpea or chana salad, which fills us, and it's protein, it's good protein, and we don't tend to overeat later on. So it's your dates, it's your glass of water, then it's your waiting for 1 to 1.5 minutes, then it's your fruit or fruit chart or fruit bowl, and then only you go to your actual food, but then there also you start with something that is dominant in protein. उसके बाद हाँ, आपके घर पे समोसा बना है, स्प्रिंग रोल्स बने हैं, वो आप खाइए, बट वहाँ पे भी आपका पोर्शन कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. लाइक instead of having like 3 samosas, have only one. Instead of having 3 spring rolls, have only one. And you will be surprised that आपका पेट उसमें भर जाता है. And a very good way to end your iftar and also have fiber in your iftar is adding sabza seeds or chia seeds to your sharbat. Whatever sharbat you're making, just make sure that you have your own 1 tablespoon of soaked sabza or chia seeds, so that you get that fiber and you are full. You don't feel like having whatever is left on the table. Talking about sharbat, what I recommend is including gur or jaggery in it while Ramadan is going on. I know it has a similar amount of calories as sugar, but it also has a lot of minerals that your body might need because you've been fasting the entire day. So कुछ दिन आप गुड़ वाला शरबत भी ले सकते हो. So basically you can enjoy your iftar, but being more mindful and just being more careful of what you are eating, how much you are eating. And trust me, it's so simple, but it takes you a long way. So to conclude this video, when you are eating your sehri and your iftar in a structured, proper manner, first of all, your energy levels will definitely improve. Trust me. And then your blood sugar spikes will also be regulated. आपको ज़्यादा ही sharp spikes नहीं मिलेंगे, या आपका blood sugar एकदम high होके low नहीं हो जाएगा, जिसकी वजह से आपको भूख या थकान लगे. And you will feel much better throughout the entire day, and your blood sugar will also be a lot more regulated. And your weight becomes easier to manage. Automatically, when your blood sugar levels are regulated and you do not have a lot of spikes, weight becomes easier to manage. But by adding all of this, your weight becomes even easier to manage. So I'll end this video by saying that enjoying your iftar and having your sehri is not about restriction. It's just about a little strategy that you guys can incorporate into your regime for your sehri and for your iftar. These tiny small changes take you a long way, and you will start to feel it within the first week of Ramadan. So this was part 1 of my Ramadan series. Part 2 will be posted soon, which will, it will focus on your exercise timings and your sleep schedule, because trust me, it has a very big impact on you. And this is where a lot of people also miss. And trust me, you do not want to. So the details for the PDF, as said on my story, will be under the reel of the second part of the series on my Instagram, and just DM me PDF and you will get it in your DMs. So stay tuned for part 2, and I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments below if you found out something new, or you found something really helpful, or just follow it for a week and then comment on my video, or just DM me telling me how much this has changed in your life. Thank you.